stay at home and take those simple steps to keep from contracting or spreading the coronavirus. And that is, again, washing your hands, disinfecting areas, and watching out for that social distance. You have got to stay 6 feet away from each other. That is incredibly important, and the only way that has been shown to effectively flatten that curve and reduce the number of cases of coronavirus in our country. I just got off of a call with the U.S. Conference of Mayors, and there were a number of mayors that provided updates. One was Bill de Blasio from New York City, and he said that they have currently just under 26,000 cases of coronavirus in the city of New York. And when asked what one statement or what the biggest surprise was for him in dealing with this issue, he said the speed with which the virus was passed. So again, I'm asking everyone to act as if you already have this virus and then conduct yourself accordingly. Very, very important. So we have passed the safer at home order. I talked about this yesterday in my update, but I'll go through it once again because it goes into effect tonight at 10 o'clock, Friday night at 10 o'clock. And in essence, what the Safer at Home order does is it covers everyone in the Hillsborough County and the 3 cities that are encompassed by Hillsborough County. What it is not is a lockdown. You are still free to go out and do the things that you need to do. You can go to the grocery store, you can go to the pharmacy, you can go for a run, you can walk your dog, you can do what you need to do as long as you can maintain that social distance. But also think about alternatives for having to leave your home. If you need groceries, call for a delivery service. Not only do you not have to leave your home, but you could also possibly be employing another member of our community by utilizing that driving or that delivery service. Very important. Also, if you want to go out and exercise, please do it in your neighborhood. I saw a guy the other day, he ran a marathon on his balcony of his condominium. That's a little bit of a stretch, but again, try to do it in your own neighborhood so that we're not going to locations and having people meet up in groups where they can't stay 6 feet apart. A lot of questions about our parks. We tried to keep our parks open for the biking and walking trails, but we have so many people coming into the parks and again gathering in team sports and those types of things that we would ask that you please just do those activities in your own neighborhood where you can stay away from everyone. And then your dog can do the business in your neighbor's yard instead of in our parks. So very, very important. You can go to your doctor's appointments, but make sure you call ahead. Make sure you call and let your doctor know that you're going. You can care for or support a loved one. And again, you can go outside and exercise. Our boat ramps are still open, but we had so many people show up at those over last weekend and then through this week that we had to send officers out there. So if that continues to be a place where we have too many individuals coming together, it's okay if you want to take your family out. The weather's wonderful. If you've been quarantined with your family and you want to take them out on the boat, that's fine. But again, be kind and also make sure that you're staying 6 feet away from everyone. What you should not do is go to work, if at all possible. The stay-at-home or the safer-at-home order allows for individuals who are performing essential services to go out. Here's the overarching rule that I use, is that if you can perform a task, a service, do your job, and still stay 6 feet away from each other, then you're okay. If you can't, then you cannot do that activity. It is that simple. And I know it's very frustrating. It's burdensome for individuals, especially if it affects your livelihood. But what we're talking about here are individuals' lives. So it's incredibly, incredibly important that we all follow these rules. The essential services clearly are healthcare workers, first responders, those city employees that are providing your water, picking up trash, doing all of the things that that need to be done so that you can go about your daily lives. Transportation industry, a lot of questions we had about the rideshare services. Buses are still, bus routes are still in effect, but please check on the HART website before you go down to the bus station, because there have been a few changes. So you need to make sure that your bus route is still up and running at the time that you're used to. The ride shares, if you have to go someplace and you have to take a ride share, my suggestion, if you can wear a mask, and then try to sanitize the areas that you may come in contact with. But again, try to avoid any of those activities that put you within 6 feet of others. So very important. I also know that this is a very challenging time for so many people. Our small businesses, so many individuals have lost their jobs, and I want you to know that I am doing everything in my power to ensure that we can help you. We have had conference calls with a number of our leaders, both on the federal and state level, about these relief funding that is being released. We're looking within the city at what we can do to help our small businesses and to help individuals that are out of work. But you know what? That's all of our responsibilities as well. Order from a local restaurant. You can keep them in business, they can deliver it, or you can go and get takeout there. I would choose the delivery, please. But do what you can to help out your local businesses, if at all possible, and also your neighbors as well. I know it's hard for everybody to stay home. You're tired, you're bored, you're frustrated. I said that the Safer at Home order, I would know that it is successful when Netflix crashes. That means everybody's at home watching television. But also, I know that after we come out from under this, there's going to be a whole new appreciation for teachers. I think when Teacher Appreciation Day, when school gets back in session, there are going to be people that are actually going to buy cars for teachers, because they're going to realize what the teachers go through on a daily basis. So thank you, a shout out to all of our teachers. Again, I know it's a burden, I know it's frustrating, but we all have to do our part. The only way we're going to flatten this curve is to stay away from each other. That's the only way. Think about your frustration. Think about your anxiety. Think about that. But really, it is something that we can all overcome together. What we can't do is bring people back to life. And if we don't heed these warnings, take these actions, individuals are going to lose their lives. And that is a very serious matter. So please stay informed, stay connected, stay kind, and above all else, stay at home. Now we have the numbers that I hope everybody's already signed up. If you haven't, you're late to the game. Text Tampa Ready to 888-777. For Spanish speakers, Tampa Lista, 888-777. Go to tampagov.net. We have all of the information that you need there about the virus itself, about the relief for small businesses, about the programs that we have put together here in the city of Tampa to help individuals that are unemployed. We have all the information you need there. We also have a copy of the Safer at Home order, and it has as an attachment all of those essential services, those jobs that are there. There are individuals that have to go to work every day. We are having health providers that are testing positive for this virus, so they are going to have to be isolated. We had a police officer who tested positive yesterday, so that individual is going to be isolated. We have close to 40 police officers who are in quarantine because they've come in contact with individuals who have the virus. So what we are asking of everyone in the community is please stay at home for us so we can be there for you. In Tampa, we will get through this together. Now I'll open it up for questions.
Mayor Castor, the first question comes from Charlie Frago. Do you believe the Tampa City Council should start meeting virtually as soon as logistically possible?
They are talking about that right now. Chair Vieira, I believe, had canceled the city council meetings through April 16th, but they are talking about that as a group, and that will be a decision that they can make. If they have the ability to meet either in person at a location that they can stay separated from each other, or to conduct virtually, whatever they decide, I am fine with. I have all of the items that went through were up for council approval. They were all, each member of city council was provided time to review each and every one of those items and to get back with me about questions or concerns that they had so that they could be addressed before I approve those items. So we are doing the best that we can to conduct ourselves in the sunshine and also have those checks and balances that are meant by having our form of government, and that is having city council as an advisory group, and then having the mayor as well. So we are conducting business to the best of our ability in the sunshine and in the best interest of our community.
All right, the second question also comes from Charlie Frago. Have any City of Tampa employees had their paycheck reduced, or have any been furloughed or laid off?
No one has had their pay cut. No one has been furloughed or laid off from the City of Tampa. We have repurposed a number of employees. We have the greatest team in the nation here in the city. We have 4,500 dedicated employees that are out there working 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to serve our citizens. And there are jobs that just aren't needed right now. For example, in our parking department, the majority of the parking is just open right now so that our employees don't have to come in contact with individuals, and then there's a lot less traffic because people are staying home, working from home. So we have repurposed those individuals into other duties. One of the duties, we stood up a call center over a week ago so that we could provide all of our citizens with real-time information if they call in with questions, and that number is 833-TPA-INFO, 833-TPA-INFO. And so as tasks become unnecessary here in the city, we're using our employees in other functions to keep our community informed and also ensure that everyone is staying a equitable social distance from each other.
The next question comes from a viewer, Melissa Jones. She says her friend is a real estate agent, and the real estate agent says she's essential, but it's not listed on the list. What do you recommend as best practice?
I don't know that real estate agents are listed as essential, but again, let's think innovatively. I know a couple of real estate agents that are showing homes virtually so that they can walk customers through those homes and stay 6 feet away from each other, clearly if you're doing it virtually, but not even have to go outside to go into someone else's home, so you're avoiding any contact or getting out into the community where you may be able to contract the coronavirus.
We have yet another question from Charlie Frago, who has a lot of questions today.
Yeah, Charlie. Good thing it's Friday BOGO.
Can you clarify the city's position on parks? Are they closed completely? Are some parks open for walking, biking, etc.?
The parks, as I said before, we closed our parks, and we tried to keep the bike paths, the jogging paths. We tried to keep all of that open so that individuals could get outside and get some just some fresh air out, and just to break the monotony. but we had to close our parks because individuals were still coming down, getting engaged in group activities that kept them from being 6 foot apart. So we have kept the Riverwalk open, Bayshore is open, and the paths for now are open. But what I'm asking everyone, if you have to leave your home and you want to exercise, you want to walk your dog, do it in your own neighborhood. Please, please, please. We can't have everyone showing up on Bayshore and again with an inability to stay 6 feet away from each other. As I have said over and over, I want everyone to act as if you have this virus right now and conduct yourself accordingly so that you don't transmit it to other individuals.
One more question from the viewing audience. Do people need a certain pass or notice to go to work in the morning, noon, or night?
No one needs a pass to go to work. You don't need any type of an ID. You don't need anything that says you're an essential employee or you're providing an essential service to anyone. In addition, individuals that live in other counties, live in Pasco County, wherever you're commuting from, that's okay too. When you come into Hillsborough County, we do ask you to abide by the Safer at Home order, but you can still traverse through the different counties into the municipalities. That's fine. This order is enforceable, and there is a penalty associated with it. But we should never get to that point. If everyone acts responsibly and does what they need to do, then we should never have to worry about officers enforcing this order. And our police officers are going to spend the time necessary encouraging and educating individuals to take this responsibility seriously. All right, that is it for the questions. I thank you all for tuning in. I hope that these sessions are helpful to each and every one of you. The reality is this is going to be a long haul. This is not going to be over in a couple of weeks. I wish that were the case, but it isn't. We haven't even seen the tip of the iceberg here yet. We don't know the number of cases in our community because we don't have the ability to test in large numbers. Goes right back to my suggestion that everyone, actually my plea that everyone act as if they have this. You can have it, be walking around, be asymptomatic, be passing it to others without your knowledge. So please, please stay inside, stay connected, be informed, and be kind, and above all else, stay at home.